Variables are an essential part of programming. Variables are like containers that hold data. They are named locations in the computer's memory where information is stored. In Python, variables are symbolic names that represent these storage locations. They are used to store and work with different types of information while a program is running. In Python, variables are dynamically typed, so you don't need to define variables or specify their data types before using them. When you assign a value to a variable using the equals sign, the variable is created automatically. The basic way to assign a value to a variable is variable name equals value. Variable underscore name is the name of the variable, and the string value is assigned to it. Let's jump into the IDE and see how this variable assignment actually works. For the first example, age equals 30, we're making a variable named age and giving it the number 30. Another example, x equals 10. Next line, name equals Linda. In the example shown, x and name are variables, and they are assigned the values 10 and Linda, respectively. We can also give a variable a new value by assigning it again. Now, the variable age has the value 25. We can update the values of variables as needed throughout our code. After we set values for variables, we can use them in our program. With the stored values in the variables, we can perform calculations, comparisons, and other operations. For example, we can create a variable like this, name equals Jason. Then, we can combine it with another string to make a new one, print hello plus name. In Python, it is important to follow naming conventions for variables to make your code easy to read and maintain. Here are some key conventions for naming variables in Python. Descriptive names. Variable names should clearly describe the value they hold. For instance, user_age is better than just age because it's more informative. When variable names clearly describe what they are for, it cuts down the need for extra comments to explain what they do. Case-sensitive. Python is case-sensitive, which means it distinguishes between uppercase and lowercase letters. Let's look at these three variables. All three variables are considered different because Python is case-sensitive. Lowercase letters with underscores. Usually, we write names of variables using all lowercase letters. If a name has more than one word, we separate them with underscores. Here's an example. My underscore variable equals something. Using all lowercase letters with underscores between words, known as snake case, is not required but is an accepted and common style in the Python community. Another example. Calculate underscore total underscore cost equals 0. Start with a letter or underscore. Variable names must start with a letter or an underscore. They cannot start with a number. For example, this line is wrong because it begins with a number. However, if the first character is an underscore or the number isn't the first character, the naming is fine and won't cause an error. No special characters. Variable names cannot contain special characters like exclamation mark, @, hash symbol, $, %sign, and so on, except for the underscore. The underscore is the only special character allowed in variable names. If we need to use special characters in a variable name, we should spell them out instead, like so. Avoid reserved words. Reserved Python keywords such as for, while, if, cannot be used as variable names. These keywords are used by Python itself, and using them in variable naming causes errors. In this situation, adding an underscore at the start of the variable name can fix the issue. Keep in mind, these variable naming conventions can make your code easier to read and maintain. Following these guidelines is a good practice. especially when working on large projects or collaborating with other developers. Python has a feature called multiple assignment that allows we to assign values to multiple variables all at once in a single line of code. This can make our code neater and easier to understand. It's also a great time saver. Here's how we do it. Variable 1, comma, variable 2 equals value 1, comma, value 2. We list the variables we want to give values to on the left side of the equal sign, separated by commas. Then, on the right side, we list the corresponding values for each variable, also separated by commas. Here's an example. X, comma, Y, comma, Z equals 1, comma, 2, comma, 3. Then in next line, print X, Y, Z. After running the code, the output will display the values assigned to the variables in the same order. It's important that the number and order of the variables on the left side match the number and order of the values on the right side. Using multiple assignment is a neat and efficient way to set values for several variables at once. It's a handy feature. Here are 2 ways we can use it. Multiple assignment can swap the values of 2 variables without needing an extra temporary variable. A equals 10. B equals 5. Here, for swapping the values, A, B equals B, A, and print them. In this example, we directly change the values of 2 variables using a single assignment. Another use of multiple assignment is to assign the same value to multiple variables all at once. The syntax is a bit different in this case. In this case, instead of using commas to separate the variables, we use the equal sign to assign the same value to all the variables. After running this code, all the variables will have the value of 1. Remember, while multiple assignment can make your code more concise, it's important to use it carefully to ensure your code remains readable and easy to understand. Variables are essential in programming because they are the basic tools used to store and manage data. By mastering variables, you can write more dynamic and flexible programs, which is key for solving complex problems and developing reliable applications.